Gray hair is not just a surface change. It starts deep inside the hair follicle where specialized cells called melanocytes produce melanin, the pigment responsible for natural hair color. As these cells become less active or get damaged, the hair strand grows without enough pigment, appearing gray or white. One of the key internal reasons behind this slowdown is a lack of essential nutrients that support melanin production, especially copper-rich compounds found in certain foods. Copper plays a critical role because it acts as a cofactor for the enzyme tyrosinase, which is directly involved in melanin synthesis. Without enough copper, this enzyme becomes less efficient and pigment production drops significantly. Over time, even if your genetics are normal, a copper-deficient diet can accelerate visible graying. Foods like nuts, seeds, sesame, sunflower seeds, and legumes contain natural forms of copper that are easier for the body to absorb when consumed consistently. When copper levels are balanced, melanocytes remain more active, helping maintain the natural pigment of the hair for a longer time. It also works alongside iron and zinc to support healthy blood circulation to the scalp, ensuring that hair follicles receive enough oxygen and nutrients to stay functional. Poor circulation combined with low micronutrient intake often speeds up oxidative stress, which further weakens pigment cells. Another important aspect is that copper also helps neutralize certain oxidative reactions in the body that can damage melanocytes prematurely. This means it not only supports pigment production but also protects the very cells responsible for maintaining hair color. Over time, a steady intake of copper-rich foods may help slow down early graying and support healthier, more vibrant-looking hair growth from the roots outward. Oxidative stress is one of the most important hidden drivers behind premature graying of hair, and it happens when there is an imbalance between free radicals and the body's ability to neutralize them. Free radicals are unstable molecules that are naturally produced during metabolism. But when they accumulate in excess due to poor diet, pollution, smoking, stress, or lack of sleep, they begin to damage healthy cells, including the melanocytes inside hair follicles that produce melanin, the pigment responsible for hair color. When melanocytes are exposed to continuous oxidative stress, they gradually lose their efficiency and eventually stop producing enough melanin, which causes new hair strands to grow in gray or white. One of the key damaging agents involved in this process is hydrogen peroxide, which naturally builds up in hair follicles over time. In a healthy system, enzymes like catalase break down hydrogen peroxide into harmless components, but when antioxidant levels drop, this protective mechanism weakens, allowing oxidative damage to increase. This is where diet becomes extremely important. Foods rich in antioxidants such as berries, green leafy vegetables, nuts, seeds, and certain legumes help neutralize free radicals before they can harm pigment-producing cells. These nutrients provide vitamins like C and E, polyphenols, and flavonoids that strengthen the body's internal defense system. Additionally, reducing oxidative stress also improves blood flow and nutrient delivery to the scalp, which helps melanocytes function more effectively. When the internal environment of the body becomes less inflamed and more balanced, hair follicles are better protected from early aging signals. Over time, controlling oxidative stress through consistent dietary support may slow down the progression of gray hair and help maintain more natural pigmentation for longer periods of time. Certain foods may not directly dye gray hair, but they can strongly support melanin production by providing the raw materials and biochemical support the body needs to maintain natural hair pigment. Melanin is produced inside hair follicles by melanocytes, and this process depends heavily on amino acids, enzymes, vitamins, and minerals working together in balance. When this system is well supported through diet, it helps slow down pigment loss and maintains richer natural hair color for longer. One of the most important nutrients in this process is tyrosine, an amino acid that serves as a building block for melanin. The body converts tyrosine into pigment through a chain of enzymatic reactions, especially involving tyrosinase. Foods rich in protein such as eggs, legumes, dairy alternatives, and seeds help provide the amino acids required for this pathway. Without sufficient protein intake, the body prioritizes essential functions over hair pigmentation, which can lead to earlier graying. Micronutrients like copper, iron, zinc, and folate also act as supporting players in melanin synthesis. Copper activates tyrosinase, iron improves oxygen supply to hair follicles, and zinc supports cell repair and regeneration. When these nutrients are present in balanced amounts, melanocytes function more efficiently and remain active for longer periods. Antioxidants also play a silent but powerful role here. They protect melanocytes from damage caused by oxidative stress, which is one of the main reasons pigment production slows down with age. Vitamins such as C and E help stabilize these cells and maintain their ability to produce melanin consistently. Over time, a diet that consistently supplies these nutrients does not instantly change gray hair, but it can help preserve existing pigment, slow further loss, and support healthier, more naturally colored hair growth from the roots outward. Vitamin B12 deficiency is one of the most overlooked nutritional factors linked to premature graying of hair, and its role is deeply connected to how efficiently the body produces healthy red blood cells and maintains proper nerve and cellular function. When vitamin B12 levels are low, the body struggles to deliver adequate oxygen and nutrients to hair follicles, which directly affects the activity of melanocytes, the pigment-producing cells responsible for hair color. Melanocytes are highly sensitive to changes in the internal environment of the body. They rely on a steady supply of oxygen-rich blood and essential nutrients to continue producing melanin. Vitamin B12 supports this process by helping form healthy red blood cells that carry oxygen efficiently throughout the body, including the scalp. When this system weakens due to deficiency, hair follicles become less nourished and pigment production gradually declines. Another important aspect is that vitamin B12 is essential for DNA synthesis and cell division. Hair follicles are among the fastest growing tissues in the body, so they require constant cell renewal. When B12 is insufficient, this renewal process becomes slower and less efficient, which can disrupt normal hair pigmentation cycles and lead to early graying. Foods that support vitamin B12 levels include eggs, dairy products, and fortified plant-based alternatives. Regular intake of these helps maintain healthy neurological function as well, which indirectly supports scalp health and hair follicle signaling. In addition, vitamin B12 works closely with folate and iron to ensure proper oxygen transport and cellular energy production. When all three are balanced, melanocytes are better protected from stress and dysfunction. Over time, maintaining healthy B12 levels does not instantly reverse gray hair, but it can significantly reduce the risk of further pigment loss and support stronger, healthier, more naturally colored hair growth. Lentils and legumes play a much deeper role in hair pigmentation than most people realize because they provide a dense combination of plant-based protein, iron, zinc, folate, and slow-digesting carbohydrates that collectively support the biological processes responsible for maintaining natural hair color. Hair follicles are among the most active tissues in the body, and they require a constant supply of nutrients to sustain melanin production, the pigment that gives hair its natural shade. One of the key benefits of lentils and legumes is their high iron content, which helps improve oxygen delivery to the scalp. When hair follicles receive enough oxygen-rich blood, melanocytes function more efficiently, allowing melanin synthesis to continue at a healthier rate. Without sufficient iron, the scalp becomes less nourished, and pigment-producing cells can become weak or inactive over time. Zinc present in legumes also plays an important role in repairing and maintaining hair follicle structure. It supports enzyme activity involved in cell growth and tissue regeneration, which is essential for keeping melanocytes active and responsive. Folate, another important nutrient in legumes, contributes to DNA synthesis and cellular repair, ensuring that hair follicles continue to produce healthy strands with stable pigmentation. Additionally, the plant protein in lentils provides amino acids that are necessary for the production of keratin and melanin-related enzymes. While plant proteins are not complete on their own, regular consumption alongside other protein sources helps maintain a balanced amino acid profile that supports hair health. The fiber content in legumes also helps regulate blood sugar levels, reducing inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is known to accelerate oxidative stress, which can damage pigment cells prematurely. By supporting overall metabolic balance, lentils and legumes indirectly protect melanocytes and help slow down early graying while promoting stronger and healthier hair growth over time. Dark chocolate supports hair health in a more indirect but powerful way because it contains a rich combination of flavonoids, iron, magnesium, copper, and antioxidants that influence circulation, cellular protection, and stress regulation, all of which are closely linked to hair pigmentation. One of the main connections between dark chocolate and gray hair prevention is its ability to improve blood flow. Better circulation means that hair follicles receive a more consistent supply of oxygen and nutrients, which helps melanocytes function more efficiently and maintain melanin production for longer periods. The flavonoids in dark chocolate are particularly important because they act as strong antioxidants that neutralize free radicals in the body. These unstable molecules are one of the major causes of oxidative stress, which damages pigment-producing cells inside the hair follicle. By reducing oxidative stress, dark chocolate helps protect melanocytes from premature aging and dysfunction, which are key factors in early graying. Magnesium in dark chocolate also plays a significant role in regulating the nervous system and reducing stress levels. Chronic stress is strongly associated with accelerated graying because it increases inflammatory responses and disrupts normal hair growth cycles. When stress levels are better managed, the hormonal and inflammatory pressure on hair follicles decreases, creating a more stable environment for pigment maintenance. Copper present in small amounts in dark chocolate also contributes to melanin synthesis by supporting the activity of tyrosinase, the enzyme required for pigment formation. While it is not a primary source of copper, it adds to overall dietary intake when consumed alongside other copper-rich foods. Additionally, dark chocolate supports mood regulation by influencing serotonin and endorphin levels, which indirectly reduces stress-related oxidative damage. Over time, regular moderate consumption can help create a healthier internal environment that supports stronger hair follicles, better pigmentation retention, and slower progression of gray hair. The seventh factor that ties into slowing down or influencing gray hair is overall hydration balance and how mineral-rich fluids support the internal environment of hair follicles. Hair pigmentation is not only dependent on nutrients from solid foods, but also on how efficiently those nutrients are transported and utilized in the body, which is heavily influenced by hydration status and electrolyte balance. When the body is well hydrated, blood volume and circulation improve, allowing oxygen and micronutrients like copper, iron, zinc, and B vitamins to reach the scalp more effectively, directly supporting melanocyte activity. Proper hydration also helps regulate the detoxification process in the body. The liver and kidneys rely on adequate water intake to flush out toxins and metabolic waste that can contribute to oxidative stress. When toxins accumulate, they increase inflammation and free radical activity, which can damage pigment-producing cells in hair follicles. Over time, this internal stress environment accelerates the decline of melanin production and leads to earlier graying. Mineral-rich hydration sources such as water combined with electrolyte-containing foods like fruits, vegetables, and seeds can further support cellular function. Electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, and sodium help maintain fluid balance inside and outside cells, ensuring that nutrients are properly absorbed and utilized at the follicle level. Hydration also affects scalp health directly. A dehydrated scalp can become dry, flaky, and less efficient at supporting healthy hair growth cycles. When the scalp environment is balanced, hair follicles remain more active and melanocytes can continue their pigment-producing function with less interruption. In addition, hydration plays a role in maintaining enzymatic activity within cells, including those involved in melanin synthesis. Enzymes function optimally in a well-hydrated environment, which supports consistent biochemical reactions needed for pigment production. Over time, maintaining proper hydration helps preserve overall follicle health, slows oxidative damage, and supports more stable natural hair color retention. Catalase-boosting foods are important in the context of gray hair because they support one of the body's key natural defense enzymes against oxidative stress inside hair follicles. Catalase is an enzyme that helps break down hydrogen peroxide into water and oxygen. This matters because hydrogen peroxide naturally builds up in hair follicles as a byproduct of metabolism, and when its levels become too high, it can bleach the pigment inside the hair shaft from within, leading to visible graying over time. As people age or experience chronic stress, catalase activity tends to decline, allowing hydrogen peroxide to accumulate more easily. This accumulation directly affects melanocytes, the pigment-producing cells responsible for melanin synthesis. When these cells are exposed to excess hydrogen peroxide, their function weakens and melanin production drops, which results in hair growing in lighter or gray shades instead of natural color. Certain foods can indirectly support catalase activity by providing nutrients that help the body maintain antioxidant balance. Foods rich in copper, iron, zinc, and vitamins A, C, and E help support the enzymes involved in oxidative protection systems. Leafy greens, berries, garlic, onions, nuts, and seeds are commonly associated with improving the body's antioxidant capacity, which can indirectly support catalase efficiency. Another important factor is that a healthy gut and liver function also influence enzyme activity. When digestion and nutrient absorption are strong, the body is better able to produce and recycle protective enzymes like catalase. Poor diet, high sugar intake, and processed foods can reduce this efficiency, increasing oxidative stress and accelerating pigment loss. Over time, supporting catalase activity through a nutrient-rich diet helps reduce internal oxidative damage in hair follicles, protects melanocytes from premature breakdown, and supports a healthier environment for maintaining natural hair color longer. Dark leafy greens such as spinach, kale, fenugreek leaves, and mustard greens play a powerful supportive role in maintaining natural hair pigmentation because they are packed with essential nutrients that directly influence blood quality, cellular repair, and antioxidant defense. These nutrients include iron, folate, vitamin C, vitamin K, magnesium, and a wide range of phytonutrients that work together to maintain healthy hair follicle function. One of the most important contributions of leafy greens is their high iron content. Iron is crucial for producing hemoglobin, the protein in red blood cells that carries oxygen throughout the body. When oxygen delivery to the scalp is efficient, hair follicles remain more active and melanocytes receive the energy they need to continue producing melanin. Poor iron levels can weaken this system, leading to reduced pigment activity and earlier graying. Folate in leafy greens also supports DNA synthesis and cell regeneration, which is essential for rapidly dividing cells like those in hair follicles. When cell turnover is healthy, melanocytes are better maintained and can continue producing pigment without interruption. Vitamin C present in these greens further enhances iron absorption, ensuring that the body can effectively utilize the iron from both plant and animal sources. Leafy greens are also rich in antioxidants that help neutralize free radicals responsible for oxidative stress. This protection is important because oxidative stress is one of the main factors that damages pigment-producing cells over time. By reducing this stress, these vegetables help preserve melanocyte function. Additionally, magnesium in leafy greens supports enzyme activity and reduces inflammation in the body. Lower inflammation creates a healthier internal environment for hair growth and pigmentation stability. Over time, regular consumption of dark leafy greens helps strengthen scalp circulation, protect pigment cells, and support more sustained natural hair color retention. Nuts and seeds are among the most concentrated natural sources of minerals and healthy fats that directly support hair structure, follicle strength, and pigment stability. They contain important nutrients such as copper, zinc, selenium, magnesium, vitamin E, and essential fatty acids, all of which play a role in maintaining the health of melanocytes, the cells responsible for producing melanin in hair. Copper is one of the most critical minerals found in nuts and seeds, especially in sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, almonds, and cashews. It helps activate the enzyme tyrosinase, which is essential for melanin production. Without enough copper, the pigment-forming process becomes less efficient, increasing the chances of premature graying. Zinc, also abundant in seeds and nuts, supports tissue repair and helps regulate the oil glands in the scalp, creating a healthier environment for hair growth. Vitamin E, present in almonds, hazelnuts, and sunflower seeds, acts as a powerful antioxidant that protects hair follicles from oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is one of the main causes of melanocyte damage, and by neutralizing free radicals, vitamin E helps preserve the natural pigment-producing ability of hair follicles for longer periods. Healthy fats, especially omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids found in walnuts and flax seeds, improve scalp hydration and support cell membrane integrity. This ensures that nutrients can easily enter follicle cells, and waste products can be removed efficiently, maintaining a balanced internal environment. Magnesium in nuts and seeds also helps reduce inflammation and supports enzyme function related to energy production in cells. When inflammation is low and cellular energy is stable, hair follicles function more effectively, and melanocytes are less likely to become stressed or inactive. Over time, consistent intake of a variety of nuts and seeds helps maintain nutrient balance, strengthens hair roots, and supports healthier, more resilient natural hair pigmentation. Berries such as blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries are powerful anti-aging foods for hair because they are extremely rich in antioxidants, especially vitamin C, anthocyanins, and polyphenols. These compounds play a direct role in protecting the delicate cells inside hair follicles, including melanocytes, which are responsible for producing melanin, the pigment that gives hair its natural color. One of the most important functions of berries is their ability to fight oxidative stress. Oxidative stress occurs when free radicals damage healthy cells faster than the body can repair them, and this is one of the main reasons hair starts to lose pigment and turn gray prematurely. The antioxidants in berries neutralize these free radicals before they can harm melanocytes, helping to preserve their function for a longer time. Vitamin C in berries also supports collagen production, which strengthens the structure of hair follicles and improves scalp integrity. A healthier follicle environment means better nutrient delivery and more stable conditions for pigment production. At the same time, vitamin C enhances the absorption of iron from plant-based foods, which is essential for oxygen transport to the scalp and proper melanocyte activity. Anthocyanins, the pigments that give berries their deep colors, also have anti-inflammatory properties that reduce internal stress in the body. Chronic inflammation is closely linked to accelerated aging, including the loss of hair pigment, so reducing inflammation helps slow down this process. Berries also support microcirculation, meaning they improve blood flow in small vessels, including those that supply the scalp. Better circulation ensures that hair follicles receive a steady supply of oxygen and nutrients needed for melanin production. Over time, regular consumption of berries helps create a stronger antioxidant defense system in the body, protects pigment-producing cells from damage, and supports healthier, more vibrant natural hair color retention. Consistency in diet is one of the most overlooked but most powerful factors when it comes to slowing down or influencing the process of gray hair, because hair pigmentation is not controlled by a single nutrient or a single meal, but by long-term biological stability inside the body. Melanin production in hair follicles depends on a continuous supply of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and antioxidants working together in balance. And this balance can only be maintained through daily dietary habits over time. Hair grows in cycles, and each strand takes weeks to months to form from the root. This means whatever nutritional environment exists inside the body today will only reflect in visible hair growth much later. If the body consistently receives nutrients like copper, iron, zinc, vitamin B12, folate, and antioxidants, melanocytes remain supported and active across multiple hair growth cycles. But if the diet is irregular or nutrient deficient, melanocyte function gradually weakens, leading to progressive pigment loss. Consistency also helps maintain stable blood sugar levels and reduces chronic inflammation. Fluctuations in diet, especially high intake of processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats, can increase oxidative stress in the body. This oxidative stress directly damages pigment-producing cells inside hair follicles and accelerates graying over time. Another important aspect is enzyme stability. Enzymes involved in melanin production, such as tyrosinase and catalase, require a steady nutritional environment to function optimally. Sporadic intake of nutrients does not provide long-term support for these enzymatic processes. Over time, a consistent, nutrient-rich diet creates a stable internal environment where oxidative stress is minimized, circulation is improved, and melanocytes are better protected. This does not guarantee reversal of gray hair, but it significantly slows down progression and supports healthier, more natural pigmentation retention over the long term.